Welcome to the 2026 SYC Florida. Presented by Storm Bowling. Brought to you by Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser of the Storm Youth Championships. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under the age of 18. And by KEGEL, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy. By Pinwheel.us, Customer Relationship Management. By TD Transportation. And by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowl Metrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events and tournaments are aligned with charities. Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish, Utah. Now, live from Boardwalk Bowl in Orlando, Florida, it's the 2026 SYC Florida.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It is round number two. Two. My name is Gary Holstenberg, and I'm with the legends, Mr. Mike Sinek. Mike, recent inductee into the Baltimore Area Hall of Fame. So congratulations. Mike, we're going to call the accent, and we got a star-studded pair in front of us.
That we do.
True that?
True that. We got some titles. We got some talent on this pair.
Up on your left lane, Mr. Tatum Lee. And on the right lane, Easton.
Yep.
Which is just an awesome name.
Yes.
Easton.
And I don't know if we pronounce this duty or dude with two D's.
Dude.
Best part is we were talking to the bowlers before the block started, and they're all nice. They're all great kids.
They're super awesome.
Yep.
I went down and introduced on this pair is the reigning PBA. What is it? World champ?
World Series of Bowling, yeah. PBA Junior World Series of Bowling.
Yeah, you'll be up here. Christopher Wagner, really good player. I got a chance to go down and say hi to Christopher.
Yep.
So, yeah, good spare.
Right.
Minot, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Minot. So hopefully you guys and gals enjoy some top-level bowling. Like I said, we're kicking it off with top players, and of course, Christopher Wagner might be among the very top in the country.
Yes. Junior Gold, PBA Junior, multiple SYC titleist, I believe.
He looks unfazed.
And that's Mr. Colby Luxton bowling on the left lane there.
Colby.
Let's see if Mr. Luxton has profile. He does not.
Right. And Zane, another cool name. Zane have a profile? Did he fill it out? I didn't find him earlier.
He does not have a profile.
Nope. All these teenage boys, they just don't fill out.
Yeah, they want to fly under the radar. But heading up on lane 73 is Mr. Alejandro Castaneda, currently from Texas, was living in Maryland. Dad was in the U.S. Navy.
Ah.
Dad retired, and they moved to San Antonio.
San Antonio.
His brother Xavier is bowling in U18. Alejandro was the social director of my youth league in regards to putting together a bunch of kids and having a great time and driving me crazy because they were running all over the building. But he's awesome. Very friendly kid.
Yeah.
Nicely done. And a nice strike, too.
Ooh, we got a shout out over here from Darren Cini up in Dakotas.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's a live streamer.
Excellent.
And he keeps us all connected up that way. I keep wanting to make it to one of his tournaments,
Yeah.
and then there's such a drive, and my schedule's been so packed
Yep.
that I can't, get there.
I got you.
I keep wanting to get there. I just can't get there. Mike's got something to tend to over here in the booth. So Darren, good to. Are you back? I muted you. You're okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
We had a technical question.
Technical question.
Mr. Christoph Wagner, just another high flush strike.
He seems thrilled about it.
He's very businesslike.
He's going about his business, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got 2 camera views. We got 1 and 2. This one is gives you a few different perspective, a few extra lanes to take in. Basically, we're in these bays. This used to be as I understand it, a big Walmart.
Yep.
This bowling center, it's 80 lanes. Boardwalk Bowl in Orlando. Beautiful center. 2 sides. So we got 32 lanes, I think, on this side, and the rest 48 on the other side. What, Mike?
32 and 48.
So lots of bowling action.
Well, no profile there.
Nope.
Not that one?
Mike has dismantled our live stream.
I've taken apart the...
You would think that was the right one.
Yes.
Maybe hit submissions over here.
That could be it. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, now we're back.
Mike's trying to look up. We do this thing. Blair has always been really good about this. She has all the kids fill out a bio about interesting things about them. Now, a lot of times our teenage age group, the mid-teens, 16s, 17s, they never seem to want to do this, Mike. So a lot of times we'll have info on the little kids and maybe not the bigger kids. It's a good shot. Nice little double right there.
Yeah, very nice.
Colby.
Once again, this pair is off to a pretty good start. We had good luck in game 1 on the short pattern. Well, let's talk about the pattern. We haven't discussed the pattern yet. SYC medium. This is 41 feet. This morning's pattern was 37. The ratio is 2.78 to 1, which this morning's was 2.68. So equally about as hard. I mean, 2.78 to 1 is still a relatively difficult pattern. Volume of oil is 27.3, so that's once again in the medium range. But the key feature on this pattern is it has less reverse oil. So for those of you that know anything about oil patterns, if the forward oil and reverse oil are matched up, the scoring pace could be pretty high. If the reverse oil is reduced compared to the forward, the scoring pace may be a little bit lower. And then the shape of this pattern should play a little bit more in around second arrow. And we should see players migrate all the way into third, fourth, and possibly fifth arrow in the 5 games that you're going to see them today.
Sounds great. Data.
How about that?
Taking the brook. Take the brook with you.
Have to. It counts. 10 is 10, as we say.
We've got in game 2 coming up for your listening pleasure. Crystal Elliott will be in the booth, chatting about all things SYC and PWBA, and then she's also headed to go bowl the Masters in a couple weeks.
Oh, very nice.
So she'll be competing against all the men up in the Greater Detroit area.
Very cool. 4-pin from Mr. Wagner. Mr. Castaneda is spare triple. Let's see what he's got. Pulled it a little bit.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Got the shoulder going forward early, and there's really only one place for the ball to go when the shoulder gets in front of you quick.
Spoken like a bowler from the 1960s.
Yeah,
No, the 70s.
Some of the 70s. Some of the fundamentals still apply.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
Keep your shoulders square.
Balance finish.
Shoulders square.
Shoulders
That
don't
one
have,
out the win.
shoulders don't have to be square anymore because of how hard the ball gets projected off the hand. So it's more about body position. A balance finish has always worked.
I agree.
You know.
Balance finish, and I like the whole flat back now with these two-handers, where you got the Simos, Jespers.
Yep.
And the Simos he stays down on it. Jesper launches it.
That's true.
It's
Well,
very different.
Jesper's a bit taller too.
Yeah.
He's got more body to get out of the way at the bottom of the swing. But the flat back, if you think about it with a two-hander, and as we watch Mr. Wagner right here, their tilt is their backswing for the most part.
Yeah.
The question is, you watch solid finish, which you saw there, and you watch their head movement. Now, when you watch the U12 bowlers, they need their full body to get enough ball speed. Yeah, so they'll come flying up out of their crouch, and you'll see them kind of jump in the air. But when you see these younger, stronger gentlemen, you'll see that there's not a lot of head movement, but there is that back tilt, which creates the backswing. And then the other part is, and this works for thumb in or thumb out, is if your forearm, your wrist, your hand, and your ball are all on the same line. If you ever watch a video from behind, if you see the arm or the hand get to the outside of the ball, you're losing power and you're losing roll. So even with the two-handers, you want to make sure that the forearm, the wrist, the hand, and the ball are all in a line together. That gets you the maximum amount of power. And then the other part is making sure when that hip clears out of the way that the ball goes right where the hip used to be. So it's underneath your head and underneath your shoulder. Now, back in the 70s, we never talked about tilting the body sideways, and we rarely talked about tilting too far forward, other than Don Carter made a lot of money with a lot of forward tilt. But he had a bent elbow, too.
Yeah.
But
he saw it coming.
Yep. He was ahead of the game.
He hooked it, too.
Yep.
It's a lot of power right there, Colby.
A lot of power. High rev rate.
Colby's got a lot of pepper on it. Tell you what, these kids can bowl.
Yes,
Tatum, I like Tatum's game too.
Another cool thing that you'll probably see later in this block from some of the bowlers is the potential of a two-hander throwing it back up.
Ooh, yeah. Let's go.
That
Bring
is
it all in.
a tool in the toolkit that two-handers can do so much better than one-handers, than thumb-in bowlers, and it is a viable option if the one side of the lane doesn't do as well in regards to the breakdown. You'll see somebody just switch it up.
You see that on spares. In fact, Christopher, he shot his 210 with a backup ball.
Yep.
He had the 2810. He shot that backup ball in the fourth frame. Oh,
And he puts a lot on the ball.
Colby got a lot.
That's the other thing. The bowlers today are strong. I mean, they have really solid foundations in regards to using their legs, and powering through the swing.
Were they trying to figure something out on
I
him
think
here?
so.
Mike's tending to do stuff over there. Rules or something. Mike, listen.
Yes.
You're in the booth right now.
Yes.
You're not running rules.
No.
What happened?
We're having just an issue with the score sheets, making sure that the players write the right scores for their name and not necessarily top to bottom when they write the score set on the sheet. Make sure they match the score to their name. So when we come through, once again we're using bowl metrics for our scoring, and you can go to bowlmetrics, BOWLMETRIX.com, and you can keep track of the scores game by game, block by block. After each game, we go down. There's a QR code on the score sheet. We scan the QR code, punch the scores in, and they automatically upload to the proper division, age group. It's really a great scoring system. And as I said before, you don't have to wait for the last pair in the house to finish for somebody to go put it in an Excel sheet and then run off copies. They are automatically updating as we go through the house. Bowlmetrics is a great program, super easy to use. All right. You could see from Mr. Wagner that potentially there was a little bit of transition already in frames 4 and 5. And
Yeah, I'd like him changing balls.
Yep. Dialing back in.
Should go to his concept.
Concept's an amazing bowling ball.
I don't know if he's got one drilled up there, but
one of the other things that I really, really like about the SYC is that, you know, we're talking to right in front of us. We have kids from Texas and North Dakota and Florida, and the best part about this is they are all in communication all year round. So there are friend groups with, you know, one of them lives in Georgia, one of them lives in Texas, the other one lives in Chicago, and it's just that they are friends and they are in communication all year round. So when they come to the SYCs, their friendships already formed. And then when we have our new bowlers, and we have about I think we said 60 new bowlers this tournament.
yeah, I think it was over that.
Yeah, that we're you know, they're being included into the groups. Some of the kids are getting their first experience at high performance youth bowling, but they're also meeting up with some new friends. They're making new friends. So. He has adjusted. He's made a little bit of a move in.
He moved in?
Yeah, he moved a little bit in.
Same ball?
Kind of same ball, and then kind of trapped it in front of him a little bit more. Didn't try to create so much angle to the front part of the lane. Looked pretty good.
I like Tatum's game.
Yeah,
I do. Big, tall, lanky kid, just
yep,
sawing on it.
yep.
No need for a thumb.
No. So same thing with Colby here. There's no lack of power on this ball coming at you.
It's a lot of rev rate. All right, what my guy Zane got going on over here? Zane is got to curve it a little bit.
Yeah,
Good try.
it's all right.
Try. That's one of my favorite things about the SYC is you see the different skill levels of people as they're in a different spot or journey in their
Absolutely.
bowling.
Yep.
And I love that. And everyone's so cool to everyone else, right? Like
That's true.
the kids all look after each other and help encourage one another. It's really nice. So Zane's figuring it out. He's having a good time. He's
Yep.
chatting it up with looks like his dad after each shot. They're
Yep.
learning.
Yep.
And working together. And that's what it's all about in our game.
Yep.
Now, Alejandro is, you said, so he moved from your area down to San Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And now they're enjoying life in San Antonio?
Yep. They've got a couple of centers that let them put sport shots down. So there's a little bit of a program in San Antonio that's gonna be developing bowlers.
Good, good. I like it. He's a nice kid.
Yeah.
I talked to him in the break, and I was like, hey, I like this guy.
Yep.
But I've seen him before. It's not my first time seeing him.
Oh, no. You've seen
Yeah.
him in the U12 division at
Yeah.
multiple events over the last couple of years.
I just don't get to go anymore. So then I show up, and they're like, they grew 6 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should put on their bio height. So
Yeah.
when we look at last year's bio,
Yeah, yeah.
like they were 5'4" last year, and now they're 6'3".
It's a good spare by him there. So the kids go from the short, relatively flat this morning to the medium, relatively flat this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
I'm always fascinated how they're going to break down.
Mm-hmm.
And this pair especially, because they had 15 minutes of practice, and they have some rev rate on this pair.
Mm-hmm.
This pair is going to be interesting to watch throughout the 5 games.
Oh yeah.
Because it could either blow up and be really nice,
Right.
or whatever the opposite of nice is.
Yeah, it could get ugly, but you're going to see you got a lot of rev rate coming behind them too, because U18 boys are following this
Oh
pair.
boy, yeah.
So the rev rate doesn't go down when the age goes up in that regard.
Okay, yeah. Well, we need to respot the 3-pin over there. Oh, nice shot.
Let's see if it does it. May not. Oh, it does.
Wow, it automatically did.
In-house knowledge. I was told this morning that in this mode, there's a thing in this scoring system, it's called sync, called set last known, where if the machine doesn't set the pin, or if it's out of range, it gets knocked over, you can just hit the reset button here, and it'll just set the last pin. I think that's a great feature.
I love that. Easton, good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Good shot. A little double there for Easton.
Mm-hmm.
Well played, sir. Zane almost found the pocket there.
Yep. He's searching.
Just drifted a little high. I still liked Christopher with a ball change, but you were saying you liked his little tightened up the angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You went high the last shot. You went high that shot.
That shot too. Yeah, he got that wide. He kind of opened up his angles a little too much. Previous shots where he threw the double, he was keeping it more in front of him. So I think he's going to make the spare and then throw something different.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch. What's his move? 25 left. And could grab a reactive ball and curve on it.
Yep. Yeah, one of my Monday nights, the adults bowl sport, and the my junior gold leagues at the other end of the center. And one of the kids came down to me one night and he goes, "Yeah, I had to move the last game." I go, "What was your move?" He goes, 32 and 12.
32 and 12.
I'm like, okay.
And they're not kidding.
They were kidding. But the looks from the adult bowlers around me were like,
he's grabbed something that looks like a piece of charcoal.
yeah, that is a charcoal brick. Oh, that's the. I think we're putting that one away.
He's putting it away. We're gonna go something different. He's gonna use this to learn. He's gonna be 210, 2-ish.
No problem.
Could get 213.
Yep.
No.
Nice spare by Tatum. That's going to put him in the chance at the 200 range as well. There's a 225, 223. There we go. He moved further left.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what ball that was.
I don't know either, but that was still a late 10. But a quality 213 to get his
afternoon block going.
Yep, he is. Got a good start.
Colby, get that nine out.
There we go.
That was big. That's a little double right there.
Colby's
Colby
on pace for 230.
Oh, see. Oh, he got it. He got it. He kicked it.
Yes.
He just was high. Then he was a little light. He's a little high, a little light. He's waiting. He's waiting.
Caught a break.
He got a break.
Here we go. Colby, does he get it this hole?
No, that was
a little too early for that.
There you go, Zay. Double. Double. He found the pocket. Oh, they got a little bit of a breakdown here.
He could have hit the reset. I think he could have hit the reset button and it would have worked for him.
Really?
Yep.
Should I go hit the reset button?
Sure, if you want.
All right, let me try it.
So Gary's going to hit the reset button down on the ball return. Let's see if that resets the pin. Yep. There it is. And there it is.
All right, fixed it. See that, Mike?
Nicely done.
I think he already had it done before I got there.
Well played, sir. All right, that's going to get a nice 226 start.
Colby was looking at me like, what are you doing down here,
dude?
Get off of my lane.
Hey, tournament man.
Hey, guy. Get off my lane.
All right, this is going to be a clutch shot for Mr. Castaneda coming up on lane 73. Carries the first one. He's in the 200 possibility range. Let's see what Tatum does on this one. 2 on lane 74.
That's left.
Bam. Bam. He's playing it tighter. He's using a slightly shinier ball and playing the lanes a little bit more on the oil pattern.
What Tatum? It looked like he was throwing that west toward Minot.
Mr. Castaneda, yes, sir. That puts him in the 200s. Here we go. The window is open.
It's a good ball. Terrible rack, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't care.
But it's consistent.
Anyway.
It's consistent.
I don't mind them like that. Like when they're open like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'd rather have a closed rack than an open one.
Okay.
Bam. Tatum.
Well played.
Ladies
well
and gentlemen, Minot, North Dakota is in the house.
2-teen. with a ball change. He's going to do a little ball change.
Yep. It almost looked like he was throwing a Road Warrior. I may be wrong, but that.
Oh.
Mr. Castaneda. Oh, out the window.
$1.95
Yeah.
ish.
Ish.
Could be a little less. Could be a little more.
That ball picked up earlier.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
No, that was bleeding red, as they say. All right.
All right, and then all that's left is Easton can go out for 204.
Yep.
Which would be a heck of a good start.
See it, yeah.
Alejandro is in with what?
195.
190 what?
195.
195. Some decent scores to start the afternoon.
Yep,
On this pair.
not terrible.
Easton.
Did he carry?
He
Yes,
did. He kicked the 7 out like Mike Sinek.
That's right. Old school.
Kicked it out like Sunoco fuel.
Old school, right there.
Sunoco fuels
That's right.
the
Gotta
world
watch,
over.
watch us left-handers.
Gotta watch these lefties. You get those lefties snapping the 7 out like that,
Oh,
they
yeah.
start to loosen up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hook. Oh, hook ball.
Unfortunately, the big gray board doesn't hook.
That one doesn't hook.
That's okay.
All right, Mike, it was good having you in the booth for this game.
Well, thanks for having me. That was fun.
I know. Are you going to come back? Can you come back another game?
Sure.
Can you come back like game 3? We got Crystal Elliott in game 2.
Certainly. There we go.
Oh, all right.
0 spare. That's called a cynic at the Fort Meade Bowling Center because I'm well known for throwing a gutter ball on a string of strikes. So,
all right. Well, we're going to go get some scores. We'll be back for game 2 shortly.
absolutely.
All right, people, listen. First, let's just come to the booth real quick. We're getting it ready for game 2. We got superstar Crystal Elliott in the booth right now to talk bowling. But even bigger than Crystal Elliott.
What? Bigger than me?
Bigger than you.
Well, it's not his
Your
height.
significant other, Tim Foy Jr., who's just destroying the PBA Tour and making a mockery of everyone else on tour. He's just like, watch me lead this one again, right? Like every week or something. I don't know how he bowled this week. Did he bowling good? I don't know.
He actually had to withdraw from the tournament. So the U.S. Open.
Give him a break.
Yeah, the U.S. Open kind of took a beating on his knee. So
Not
he
his
already. No.
Not his thumb.
No, not his thumb. His thumb's still good.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I told Crystal earlier, I know you're not on Team Storm, but we root for you because you're a good dude. So, cheers. Yeah, and way to take Chicago off last week.
Well,
is he gonna show up this week?
Hopefully.
And then
that's the plan.
Maybe the Masters.
He'll definitely
will be okay for the Masters.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. No blisters this week, so I think we should be fine.
We should be fine. Let's watch bowling.
He said thumb is good.
Thumb is good. Thumb is good.
Yeah, he takes his thumb out and then he becomes extra good at bowling.
Yeah. He could beat me probably with my thumb in. If he had his thumb in and I bowled normal, which is with my thumb, because everyone that's in my age group of 90 years of age plus, they use their thumbs. But if I could do it, if I was a kid, I would 100% be two-handed.
Well, actually, so he used to use his thumb as a two-hander.
Stupid.
And
Get
then,
the thumb out.
Well, then one of our staffers, his name is Belmo, decided to be like, hey, you know how much better you'd be if you took your thumb out? And he finally listened. And now look at, now he's making all these shows.
Oh, it's so good.
So lesson there for all you guys. Listen to Belmo.
Listen to Belmo. That's a pretty good guy. I would listen to him. I would. All right, Crystal, we have a new crop of talented kids coming our way.
I love it.
And so I think you have a sheet over there. Can you read off some names? The pair with Blaine Nelson, which would be...
This is a nice pen.
Yeah, this is my favorite pen. That is a nice pen, isn't it? Right here. Blaine Nelson, James, Luke Hart. Yep, he's in. Andrew Franks. Who else is on this pair? You guys want to know? Tim Foy Jr.?
Yep.
Foy? I think if Tim Foy was here, I wouldn't even question if he was young enough to bowl in the tournament. Like, I would just go,
he's tall enough.
You're in the U18? Or are you in the U15? Are you the U18 or U15, Tim? Which one are you in?
Definitely, when he shaves his face, the U15.
U15.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, who else do we got down here? So James, Blaine, Shamar?
Is it Shamar? Yep, Shamar.
Jack, who just bowled on the left lane, and Brady. And Jack, I know this morning because I talked to Jack in between the rounds. He was about 100 or something over. He bowled really good this morning.
Oh, man.
Yep. And
so the overworked.
Well, we were over. You lost the early bet.
I did.
This morning, yes. So...
This definitely seems a little bit more tough of a condition. I will say that.
You do?
I do.
You think is this harder than this morning?
To be honest, I don't think, or I have to say, I feel like the lanes were played maybe not necessarily the greatest to begin with this morning.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at the overall like pattern, this would be the pattern that I would have been like, oh, okay, like this is a little bit harder than maybe the short would have been, more or less. But to me personally, like I struggle more on mediums than I do on anything else. Because it's right in between, like...
Yeah, you can't really go up it.
Right.
You can't really quite go around it.
Right, absolutely.
and it transitions much differently too, right?
Yeah,
It
let's
gets a
see.
little tricky.
41 feet, 27 mils. Yeah, I mean, it's always those 41 feet patterns that I'm like, oh gosh.
James, dead flush.
That was a really good shot.
Well played for your double. And you have a ponytail. And you're rocking the ponytail. Storm has hair bands. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, yeah. Hair ties.
Hair ties.
Yeah.
You got hair ties. Maybe James needs one.
Oh my gosh. One of the greatest things ever, like I said this morning.
I know. Now we're back on the hair ties. I don't need them. All right, Shamar, where you at? You started with a double here. Let's go. This looks high. Yeah. Yeah. That was a little left. You just got a little left. That's all. Cool. Oh.
I mean,
Left for the brook.
speaking of two-handers, we just saw two of them go up there.
Yeah.
How many two-handers are on this pair?
Let's see. Everyone under the age of 40. Oh, it's not true. Brandon Bonta uses his thumb.
Oh, phenomenal.
Andrew Anderson.
Sure does. BJ
Who was
Moore.
last week's champ? Who was last week's champ?
Patrick
Dombrowski.
Dombrowski.
Thumb.
Mr. Roller
They're
Coaster.
all walled up for the people using their thumb now.
We need handicap.
They're all
What do you mean? We all can't beat EJ Tackett here, creating a 500 rev rate one-handed.
one hand. One hand. We need that.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Patrick is going to come down to Florida. I said roller coasters on him.
Yeah? Do you guys have them down here?
I mean, we have Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld. We have Busch Gardens over in Tampa. And then you have a lot of water parks everywhere.
I think Jack is. I want to know what Jack bowled game one. Because, like I said, he bowled good this morning.
Right.
He looks irritated right now. And he's lost right now.
Yep.
So he needs to figure him out. So you don't want to give up his. Steely.
Whoa.
Oh, look at Jack go. Look at Jack go.
Got the backup ball.
Get down with your bad self, Jack.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Well, he better go back and replay that one. Post it on Instagram or TikTok or whatever these kids do.
Is it Insta-worthy?
Yeah, well, has to be. Is there only one-hander on this pair? Nope, there's two.
Our guy Brady. Brady's like, I'm using my thumb.
Yep. I think it was Brady and Blaine
Yeah,
that are using their
I
thumb.
think so.
I do like these Coolwick jerseys that have like the sunset and they say Orlando on them. I
Yeah,
see a
they're
few of the
sweet.
kids with them, and I'm like, wow, I really like that.
They're sweet. I like them.
Oh, wow.
Coolwick does a nice job. They're our partner, our clothing apparel partner. G, my brother G is here, Gerald, and
Yep.
my other brother Nick, and they're just over there. I don't even know what's happening at the Coolwick booth, but every time I walk by, it's like,
Oh, it's crowded.
I don't know. It's like Black Friday.
It
you know
is.
what I mean? Like where the shoppers are just all trying to get the deal or
Yes.
something.
Oh my gosh,
And
yes.
it's just so many people picking
Yep.
up swag.
I mean, everything over in the bins are buy one get one. So,
Logos everywhere.
oh my gosh, I love it. And we're like just talking with the moms. And we're like, are you sure that's all you want? Like you
Yeah.
can't just get the hoodie. Like you got to get something else
Get
too.
the T-shirt too. Get 2 hoodies.
Yep.
Hoodie Nation.
Yeah, we had hats over there. The dads were really liking the hats. They were like, I didn't know you had hats. I didn't know you had sweatpants. And
They
I'm
have
like, yep.
hats.
Oh, well, now we're sold out.
Sold out of hats.
Yeah, one person said, oh, they have hats. And
She
everyone
didn't
went
tell me about
crazy.
that.
Well, we can specialize and make a hat just for you, though.
Yeah, G needs to help me with that. He's Mr. Kulik.
Sure is.
So what are you're drilling bowling balls now? Do you drill balls?
I do. Yes.
Are you any good?
I would say I'm still in the learning process of becoming great.
Okay.
So, but I will have to say, I enjoy bowling much more than I enjoy the pro shop side of things.
You do.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I can't color match. I can try to color match and
Yeah,
plug a
plug
ball.
it. Yeah. plug it.
That is very, very hard.
Yep.
Yeah, drilling a ball is maybe not my favorite, and it's so funny because when I'm drilling my stuff, I always have Tim there, and I'm like, "Can you just do everything, and I'll just put the holes in it?" Like, thank you.
He lays them out.
Yep. Well, like we normally always have like the conversation, where we're like, "Okay, oh, that's
There
a
you
way to
go.
trip the bucket."
Let's go.
We always have the conversation of, "Okay, what do we want this ball to do? Like, what are we expecting it to do? How is this going to fit into the arsenal and stuff?" And so we always have those conversations, and we've been testing a few layouts, and I mean, my IQ tour probably is now my new favorite ball. It is incredible with the new layouts that, out of all the layouts that we've tried, I think
Do
we
you
have
know what your
finally,
layout is?
on my IQ tour, actually, I do have it.
You use a pin buffer system
Well,
or
don't
dual
ask me all those
angles?
complicated, like, let's see.
Little 4-pin there off the double for Andrew. It's a good shot. It's a good shot. You were there.
That,
Andrew's got them figured out.
my IQ tour is 55 by 5 1/4 by 25.
So that is the dual angle
Yes.
layout system. It's not the Stormway.
No.
Stormway is pin buffer.
Yes.
For anyone who's listening, if you haven't tuned us out yet,
Don't steal my IQ layout though.
yeah. Oh, we got a little break played. We got a little. That's because you have a cool jersey on. That's why.
That's true.
That's why they fell. And your hair's cool. You got super cool hair. I do give an award for the coolest hair.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is actually dope. That's dope.
Oh yeah, yeah. And right now, I think Blaine might be on the boys' side one of my favorites.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
What about James? He has the man bun.
Nope. Sorry, James.
Not even if
No,
he
I
puts
think
the
it's cool.
what if he
I mean,
puts the
good-
Storm Air tie in? The bonus
yeah,
points?
you get below, you get a little kicker. Oh, that's left. Oh, that's no. I mean, that's
Oh.
perfect. Good double. For a minute, when you left your hand, I was worried, but then they all fell down, and now we're not worried anymore.
That's what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm a nervous bowler. I like very.
Are you?
Oh yeah, very nervous bowler. Not too. I'm not relaxed and chill like you. Like you're super chill.
I try to be. I
You're just
mean,
like I guess if I hit what I was looking at every time, like I think I'd probably relax a little bit. But I'm literally when I bowl, like I don't even know what's gonna happen, and so it's hard to adjust when so many things go wrong in like my 8-foot long approach that
yeah.
I take. There's so much that happens and goes south that how do you know what was the one thing and what's it going to do the next time? I might throw good. And then what happens?
I mean, you never know though.
Yeah. You throw 2 good shots a game. It's very hard to get lined up. That's what I'm telling you.
I always make the joke and I say, if you have an 8-bagger, spares are optional.
Yeah, I like that.
That's my theory.
I like it.
So when I go out on tour or when I just bowl any tournament, I'm like, I mean, as long as you have 8 strikes in a game, like, you should be good. And I mean, you're a good enough spare shooter. So,
Del
when
Ballard, are you listening?
I
So I tell Del and Carolyn, they're all, oh, the kids, they're terrible. They need to fill frames. They need to make spares. I'm like, Del, look at the scoreboard. We're looking in front. The kid with the 6-bagger has the highest score. Just so you know, 6-bagger, 9 out, 8-1.
Yep.
He's beating your kid that had an all spare 186 game.
I mean, I definitely like spares are absolutely important. But that's why I make the joke because I'm like, if you have 8 strikes, like
We're just having fun, people.
you're still shooting 2.
Yeah. Don't blight us up in the chat. We're not
No.
downplaying the
No.
importance of spares.
Oh no. Please make your spares.
Make your spares.
Please. I mean, it's okay to miss an occasional. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Like sometimes you misread the lane and honestly, like we get it. We understand. Like we're all in the same boat, but like for the most part, absolutely make them. Like spares is what is going to get you in cuts. I mean, unless you're on the men's tour, then strikes are more or less. But
I have this argument too. I watch Stu Williams, and I'm like, Stu Williams, great ball. Like, Stu and Francois. These are my two.
that's my
examples.
Lucy partner.
Francois,
Yep.
awesome dude, great human being,
Yes.
super intelligent, amazing bowler,
Yeah.
and had the highest percentage of makeables
Yes.
last year, according to Lane Talk on tour.
Yep.
Now, if you look at earnings, that doesn't tell the full story. Is
Correct.
What I'm saying. So,
Correct.
yeah, I think
Is he throwing the Rockstar amped?
I don't know. That was a good ball.
That
Rockstar
ball
amped.
is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
No, but
Yeah. So
he
make your spares, but
strike more too.
strike.
To like essentially just for you to strike more, you got to throw better shots. But if you leave a spare, I mean, just practice those. I stress to the kids in my area so much. I'm like, please, like, just make your spares because I mean, sitting here, we've watched a few not made, but at the end of the day, let's say they don't medal and they're thinking,
Yeah.
where could I have just gotten 11 pins? Where could I have gotten 3 pins? Like, and you think back on it now, obviously hindsight is a little bit different, but when you're thinking back on it, I mean, you are saying, okay, where could I have been better? And one of my mottos in college was always like, just make one more better shot. Just attempt to make one more better shot a game, whether it does strike or not. Like, not all good shot or not all great shots even strike. Like we see it all the time, but that's just part of the sport.
It's a weird little game out there.
It sure is.
Crystal. You could throw it dead perfect like my guy way down on 78 just did. Stoned a 9-pin. And he's like baffled down there. He's talking to himself. I want to go check on him.
Like you didn't do anything wrong. Like it just
Look
it's
at him. Look, Bus, look at his uniform. He's like dressed sort of like it's like a Girl Scoutish uniform. Like
it's
with badges or something on the front.
I was gonna say, is it the what's his name from Disney in the Up movie?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh gosh, what's his name? It's not Carl.
Dope looking.
Carl's
That's dope. That guy's gonna win best jersey. Not best hair.
That's a Zelo Gear jersey. So
It is.
Yep. So that's a Chris Prather and Jake Peters.
Yeah.
Jersey company.
Oh, I thought that had a chance off his hand.
I thought that actually looked really
I
good.
thought it looked good.
I mean, when you see something like that, are you thinking that you're in the wrong ball or the wrong part of the lane, or?
I've seen it happen a few times. It was like, to me, when he let it go, I thought he was striking, and then Shamar, we're talking about on lane, the left lane here, and and then it floated on him, and then I wonder, is this transition like what? Why did that happen? Or
Right,
maybe he just missed it at the bottom of the swing and
right.
didn't grab all of it.
Maybe it could have been everything.
Yeah, it could have been a whole assortment of things. Yeah,
I mean, he got around that one.
good spare.
That his hand came
Well
around that
played.
very well.
Wait, well played. I would have got 6-1. And I don't know if I would hit the 5 or the 4. Both going away, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that was low.
Oh, I mean, that's a pretty good 6 count. The pocket's still there, so this is a spare that he works on all the time.
This is a spare. And he was coming off a double, so he should have some confidence if he rolls it good here.
It's always that second shot always looks way better than the first shot. That was phenomenal.
That was good.
Wow.
Grinding out 2-0. I got a chance for 230. Do you ever think about score when you're competing?
Always.
Like, do you always look up, like, you're like, if you were bowling this game, would you be like, okay, I got to strike up in the 8th, I can go out for 230?
Yep.
You do.
Every single time, but I also go into every single game. Like, so if I miss in the first frame, I'm going to just assume that I can strike out. And
Yeah.
I think of it in that mentality because I feel like at times, like my shot execution can be that good to where I can just like I know I can strike out. Now, obviously, like pin carry has a play or has
Oh,
play
sure.
in it, and so like when I think of it as like okay, like I know I can strike out, like, and that goes for like any game. I could be shooting a buck 40. And or I have a buck 40 in the ninth or something, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, like I know I can get all three of these, like to at least maximize my score.
Yeah.
And so, but that is just my mentality
Yeah.
because
Little
I
bulldog. I like it.
I'm a big like score watcher, so I'm always like I want to be the one chased. I don't want to be the one chasing.
That's good. That's good. I like that theory. I might try that this year at Nationals. I would be more apt to go, I've got 126 in the 8th on an open. I'm probably going to shoot 144.
Nah.
9 out, 9 out. That's what I'm thinking.
And see, like I'm like just double, like just make
Yeah.
shots good enough, and I really would say that I did well at it at team trials this
Positive
past year.
self-talk. What'd you know about that? You know very little about team trials. That's just a ridiculous statement. Oh, wait, you won. That's right.
Well, so like this year, so with I had a lot of things going on at the end of the year, and I didn't feel like really could like practice to my full potential, and my mind wasn't in the right place, especially going out to a tournament that big. And so I kind of was like, all right, like let's see if I go and make it. And so it wasn't a matter of confidence, it was more a matter of being confident in just if I'm going to read the lanes properly or not. And so this year is actually really, really hard for me. Like the last 2 years, I bowled my way on to Team USA, and this was my first year not bowling my way on and going through the selection process, and I hated every
Oh,
second of
yeah.
it. What and that goes for like my junior year, my junior team experience and
So when you
everything.
won the qualifying, when you won, it was in 25?
So team
Or
trials was
26?
in 25, and then
This year you bowled and didn't win, and
no,
you
I
had to be
came ninth
selected.
this year. Yep,
Yeah. Were you selected?
I was selected. Fortunately, like I was actually so thankful that I did get selected because I mean, looking at some of the people that didn't get selected, like
Yeah.
I mean, Team USA is one of those teams that there is so much talent on the team that even if they sent a B team to Worlds or something,
Yeah.
we would still podium.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's the thing though, is
So
that
good.
right? And so that's why this past year, I mean, I was on pace for a buck 50 at times, and I remember looking at Tim and even Nathan Bohr, one of our ball reps, and I was like, look, like, I'm just going to make the shots that I need to. If they strike it, they strike. If they don't, they don't. And I just have to deal with it and move on. And so I think going in with that mentality really showed how strong I was mentally. And it was just more proving to myself, like, you can do this even in maybe not 100% of where your mind wants to be. Wow, he threw that very well.
James is back on it. Our guy Jack, The Adventures of Jack Dicelands, number 17. Formerly known as 17. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh,
Kind of saw that coming.
I mean, you never know with that spare.
So tricky. You can get a little double. We're going to use a little crystal thinking here and go, get all three in the 10th for 203.
Yep.
I'm good. Shamar's coming off a rough frame. He had a little something going in the middle of the game.
I mean, because at the end of the day, you're just looking to go 200 and just improve off of that. For a $1.90 on a bad pair, you know?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, easier said than done, but
Easier said than done. I think there are some people that are meant to be grinders.
yes.
They just mentally are that way.
Yep.
And then and that comes in all forms, by the way. I think Leanne, my better half, incredible mental game, like, because she is always nervous when she bowls, or when she bowls. She doesn't really bowl anymore, but when she bowled competitively, she was always nervous. And, she hated bowling on TV, and she bowled on TV like 120 something times.
Wow.
So it was a lot. And she hated every single time she was on TV and was nervous every single time because she hates being the center of attention. So when they shove a camera in your face,
Oh my gosh.
you know what I mean? And
It's
so
a crazy
to put
feeling.
all these things aside that go on in your head, you have to be so mentally strong.
Absolutely.
And now on the tour, like with Tim's a great example. It's like journeyman, good guy, people know he can play, and all of a sudden, boom, now he's one of the superstars, right? And now the superstar window is like they only bowl so many tournaments a year. That's it. I mean, their tour is not, and the women are the same. It's like, here's your 8 tournaments.
Yep.
That's it. That's your whole tour. That's your whole
Absolutely.
year. So you work all year, hopefully practicing, sharpening the saw, like getting all ready.
Yep.
And now it's like every week feels like the Olympics, like, or something.
Oh,
It's like,
absolutely.
you got to perform whether you love the center you're in or don't like the center you're in, or
Every single time.
love the town that you're in or don't like the town that you're in. You got to show up, Or what happens if you're not feeling great? If you got like 8 tournaments of all and you got the flu week 1, right? Then it's like, all right, I got to deal with that. There's just a lot you guys go through mentally. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a lot you got to kind of like figure out.
And what's actually really crazy about like you saying that with Leanne, I was talking with Liz Johnson, and I asked her, I was like, now obviously you had a lot of success when you were young. Like you had a Hall of Fame career in two different eras of the women's tour. And I was like, how did you ever get used to bowling on TV? And she goes, you never do.
Never.
And you never do, because it's so weird when you go from one environment where there's no cameras to another environment and there's a spotlight on you.
Yeah.
And she was saying that when she started making shows, she would almost avoid trying to make the show because she was like, oh my God, I don't want to do it. And then.
Is this Liz or Leanne?
This is Liz.
Leanne said the exact same
Yeah.
thing. They wouldn't want to be on TV.
Right. And so it was one of those things that like they would almost tell themselves like, okay, but then the competitor came out and they were like, no, I'm beating them. And then they realize they're on TV and they're like, oh gosh. And so I found it really, really interesting because I will say like there's been times that like the US Open this past year, I made the US Open show in 2025 And I remember thinking halfway through, I was like, oh gosh, I'm like, there's a possibility that I can make this TV show. And I started to like get really nervous.
Uh-huh.
And it made so then that's when I went back to Liz and I started talking to her about it. And I was like, Liz, how do you deal with it? And she goes, just bowl. If you make the TV show, you make the TV show. It like, and if it's your time, it's your time. Like that's just the reality of it. And
Yeah.
I was so amazed by that. And you saying that, I was like, oh my gosh, like maybe it isn't just a me thing. And like this is just a whole like
It's weird.
experience.
It's a weird thing. And then when you watch, like from a fan perspective, right? If I watch you on TV,
Right.
you don't you don't look nervous at all. If I watch Liz, I know Liz off the field, and I know that she's nervous. But if I watch her, I wouldn't. Leanne, same
Right.
thing. And then the Tim, I'm watching Tim like just destroyed on the PBA tour now, and every time I'm like, this dude just actually looks like he's having fun. Like he
Yes.
literally is.
Yes.
Like I love it. So I'm like, this is so cool because he doesn't look nervous, but you would think you get in those positions if you're really good, like you guys are
Right.
all really good. So like you're gonna put yourself in those positions frequently in your careers, hopefully. Like
Right.
that like you're so good that you're gonna be in those positions. And it's like, man, you just suck it all up and enjoy it and think like Belmo told me once, he goes, bro, like I've won 17% of the pro events I've entered. And this was when he was at his peak, like a few years
Wow.
ago. And you start thinking, so out of Belmo, who at this time was the best, it would be like EJ Taka kind of thing, right?
Right.
Like now. So Belmo at his best said, I won 17 out of 100. And that's 17%. And you think, tell the kids that because they all freak
Wow.
out, right? Because they all think, oh, it's Belmo, he's just going to win.
Right.
But you don't. Whether you're Leanne, whether you're Liz Johnson, whether
Yeah.
you're Belmo, whether you're Walter Ray Williams, all these legendary greats, they don't win
Right.
all the time. In fact, they have to deal with losing.
Yes.
And every one of them will say the same thing. They've all learned more from the losses, the heartaches, than they ever won from winning.
Yep.
Winning, they're just like, well, that's they kind of you all think
Right.
you're gonna win, right? Like you believe
Right.
this inside of you, and so when you win, it's like, okay, cool, I won.
Yep.
But when you lose, usually you're trying to search what didn't go right, how do I
Right.
get better, what do I tweak? It's just-
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
it's the thing. Danny Wiseman's actually here, and
I saw it.
I bowl a team tournament with him every year.
Yeah.
And the best advice I ever got from him was, "Why are you bowling the tournament if you're not here to win?" And just hearing him say that, I was like,
Seems so logical.
right. And just hearing someone say that, I was like, that that's insane. Like, why have I never thought of that before? Like, I'm putting on my shoes every time expecting to win. And that's just the reality of it. And so I think after hearing that, I definitely became more of a competitor because I was like, I'm not like my first year on tour, that was my motto. I was like, I'm not putting on my shoes to let these girls beat me week in and week out. Like, I'm here to beat them. If they want to earn money, they have to go through me,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's
You guys
honestly,
all have to think that way because you're really, I think it's every sport, right? You're the best in the world at what you
right.
do. It's like literally the best in the world. So it doesn't matter what you do, by the way. If you're a marketing person like me, like I want to be the best marketing guy in the world, right? Like
Right.
that's my thing. That's what I do.
Right.
And so if you're a bowler, best bowler in the world. If you're a doorman, best doorman in the world. If
Right.
you're an Uber driver, best Uber driver in
That's
the
your
world,
job,
right?
though.
Like that's how you integrity. You got to
Oh,
live
absolutely.
it and breathe it. Have some fun and do something well. If you're gonna get up in the morning, go do something good.
Oh, absolutely.
Do it well.
I mean, that's ultimately like what I push myself to be. Like, I always tell myself, I'm like, if you want to be the best in the world in sport, what are you going to do different than these others? What's your mentality going to be versus these others? And so that's kind of how I look at things. And it's one of those things, even so early in my professional career, I feel like you have to know these things. And obviously, like as a young person, like you're not going to see the whole picture until maybe like you experience a little bit more. But I feel like I've had such great mentors that they've allowed me to just pick their brain and just really understand how they became so amazing at what they do.
Yeah. You got some good ones.
Oh yeah,
And you're so likable, they're all going to help you.
oh
So that's sweet. I love that. You know what I mean? Leanne's always told people to, like, the nervous thing. And we'll change and we'll introduce who's bowling here in a few seconds. But everyone gets nervous when they play in certain competitions. Like
Yep.
they just do. It could be league, it could be your state, city tournament, or nationals, or the tour, or whatever, SYCs. And you get nervous. So Leanne, in order to deal with her nerves, ultimately what she had to do is like get like you acknowledge that the nerves are there.
hmm
They're not going to go away, and you can't try to fake that they go away. And so
Yes.
she would build the nerve into like a little something that she would put in her pocket. And she would go, okay, I'm going to put my nerves right here in my pocket, and that's where I'm going to keep my nerves. So they're with me. I acknowledge them, but they're down here and they're not living
love
with
that.
me every shot, right?
No, I really
So
love
sometimes you
that.
could even put like a little coin, a nickel or something, and a piece of tape, and you put it in your pocket and go, all right, man, that's where my nerves are. Let's get to it now. Yeah. I just thought it was kind of a clever way to deal with
Wow.
it. That's
No,
all.
that's amazing.
Because they ain't going away.
No, but I think the
And you
most
should be
important part is to recognize it.
Yeah,
Truthfully.
exactly. Yeah. Recognize it.
Yes.
And I mean, you talk about the greatest of the greats. They all go through it.
Right.
Like, it's just amazing. I don't know if EJ goes through it. Tackett.
He had to at one point, right?
I don't know. Like, honestly, every time I watch the guy, it looks like he's bowling league. And I'm like, this guy, if I was just bowling league and chilling with my buddies and I'm wearing sweats and a t-shirt and a ball cap, like, I'm more nervous than this guy bowling the U.S. Open TV show, and he just looks like he's just like, oh, ha, ha, wee, yay. I
What do you think
strike
his
every
league
time.
average is?
I don't know. Stupid. I don't even know. All right, Mike Sinnick's coming in the booth next. Crystal Elliott, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. All right, that was Crystal Elliott. Now she is going to head out and go hang out with the kiddos out there and share all the fun and joy that is youth bowling. And Mr. Sinnick has joined us again. Hello, Mr. Sinnick.
How are we doing?
I just had the most fun chat with Crystal.
Oh,
I
very
mean,
cool.
it was fun for us.
Oh, I like
I don't-
Crystal a lot. She's fun.
I don't know if it was fun for the audience listening, but we were just talking about nerves and tour and her boyfriend Tim Foy, who I'm kind of a big fan of. Tim, I
Me
love
too.
that he's having success,
Mhm.
and he's a fun guy. And we were talking about, man, I watch him on TV now pretty much every week because he's on TV every week.
That's true.
But he always just looks so relaxed about everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And that led to this whole conversation about nerves and blah 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 blah. But anyway, good on these young athletes, and we have a new pair in front of us, a new grouping.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we have?
All right. We have Caden Sylvester, Logan Besson, Caden Nail, Christopher Daughtry, and James McGill, and Emmanuel Guevara.
All right.
These are good bowlers, too. Speaking of Tim Foy, he's won 3 PBA Eastern Regionals in my bowling center, so we honorarily gave him a locker at my center.
At Fort Meade?
Yes.
He has a locker at Fort Meade.
He has an honorary locker at
He
Fort
just
Meade.
leave his ball. Like, wouldn't it be cool if he left a ball
That would be
and
awesome.
then he shows up to bowl and he just wins again?
Yeah.
And puts his ball back in his locker. And he's like, I'll be back next time.
See you next year. See you next June. Oh, yeah.
He won three
consecutive regular PBA Eastern Regionals at my
Oh,
center.
wow. He just likes it there, huh?
Yep.
He likes some Mike Sinnick.
Well, you know,
He's got to be a fan of yours.
he's a very nice guy. I like him. Very honest guy. I believe in when I host a regional, if I'm providing the trophy, it's a full-size trophy.
Yeah.
It's not a little acrylic
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah.
And when he won his first regional, he was very surprised at the trophy that he was actually handed. He goes, "I've never received a trophy for winning a tournament."
Oh wow.
So
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm old school. I think if you win a PBA title, you should be able to hold something in the air,
Yeah.
as a little heft to it. So
Well, good. Well, he was hanging out with me and Crystal for a while, and the kids and everyone at home. So I've got to unlock the iPad so that Mr. Cynic can see
the bios.
who's if anyone filled out a bio.
Yeah, if anyone filled out a bio. That is the hard question. And that's a nope.
Did we see any when you were out doing scores? Did you happen to see anything exciting out there score wise?
No big games, but I'm seeing a lot of guys who are in the 2-0 to 220 range.
Okay.
Early, the best scores are that you might see somebody creep into a 235, but
All right.
no one's lighting it up. They're still kind of feeling the pattern out. I think the pattern has a longer transition than what we're used to seeing. So, which is fine, because if it takes longer to set up, you may see some really high scores later.
Oh, that was well played. Good shot there. Double the start.
Nothing there.
Caden off for the double. The lefty. We got a Caden with a K and a Caden with a C on this pair.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Christopher, double after the open.
Yep, he won the gold in the on the short pattern.
Gold on the shorts. James McGill is coming up here on lane 73, far left, two-hander. Open strike to start. That looked good.
That was very nice.
That was very nice. No doubt about that. Little double there after the early open.
No bio from Mr. McGill.
Logan with another spare. He's got 3 spares to start his game 3.
No bio from Mr. There.
That's it. Emmanuel getting the strike. He left pocket 7-10 and now a double to start.
All right. Took one to get lined up. There's a nice shot there as well.
I like his game.
Caden.
Always been a fan. You'll appreciate hearing this. I've always been a fan of lefties. I don't know why. It's just something about watching the rotation of their ball is soothing to me. Now, when I bowl them, match play, I didn't feel the same way.
Yeah. You're not supposed to watch your opponent anyway, so yeah.
What fun is that?
That's true. But there are some left-handers, and the roll is kind of classic looking.
Yeah.
Oh, bad break for Mr. Sylvester.
Spare can bowl, huh?
Yep. There you go. Mr. Daughtry. Pocket 7-10. Triple.
Oh, did he 7-10 as well? I missed his first frame.
I think he did. I think that was the 8.
Oh. Him and Emmanuel both 7-10 to start this game.
That could have been the adjustment off of that first pair. But now look at him. Let's see what Mr. McGill has to show. Now he was asking it to go, but it went high. Let's see if Mr. McGill has a bio.
Logan.
He does not. All right. All right. Nice shot. Okay, Manuel Guevara coming up. He just had a decent run at PBA Junior.
Who's that?
Emmanuel.
Yeah, he had a good run. Do you know where he ended up?
Just outside the stepladder, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Solid
There you
little
are,
game.
right
Solid
there.
game. Little 3-bagger.
Yep.
He's animated.
Yep. He's got a nice solid game. Good finish. Nice balance at the line. Gets his hand in the right place. I think I saw Mr. Sylvester's getting up on 74 for the first time. SYC, I want to say it was Baton Rouge. I was very impressed with his game. And then I black cloud him.
Yeah, you can't compliment him that much.
Aye. What I am seeing is the players are starting to move their feet to the left a little bit, but they're still kind of throwing it in the track area. Maybe even 10, 11, 12. They're trying to find some hold down lane.
Sounds complicated.
A little bit.
Why don't you just try to knock them all down?
Well, that's the end goal, but then it's funny when we're coaching on the modern game where we work from the end of the pattern back to the foul line now instead of the other way around. When I coach, I show the kids where you want the ball to be down in this case the 41-foot area, and then we try to figure out how do you get there, and then ball choice is important nowadays. It's the ball choice is a big key nowadays. You can have a great physical game, but if you don't have the right ball in your hand, it now becomes much more limiting. And you also, the other thing we teach is progressions. What's the ball change out of the ball you're currently using if the lane starts to change? That makes it a different game. I mean, it's for you and me, it's hand position changes. We would move our hands around a little bit. Maybe make some small moves with our feet, but at the end of the day, it was just a small tweak, and now it's grab a different ball and move a dot.
Yeah.
2 dots.
Moving dots.
There you go. All right, Emmanuel Guevara up here on 73, looking for 4 in a row.
The old 4-bagger.
Yes. Oh, boy, am I black clouding game 3, aren't I?
That one got around that one early.
Yep. Nice shot by Mr. Daughtry. Almost.
He gave it a run, Mike.
Almost.
Well, this is about the halfway point of the tournament, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Game 3. Halfway through game 3.
Yep.
2.5 more games tonight and 5 tomorrow.
Yep. We're halfway through the block and
I would
halfway
say
through the tournament.
halfway. If you want to find out where your favorite youth bowler is that's competing this weekend here at Boardwalk Bowl, head over to Bowl Metrics. And they'll have all the updated scores for us.
That was a great chat. Nice solid finish. Great follow through. Oop, another 7-10 from Mr. Guevara. Got it a little bit wide. The ball didn't quite recover. Like I said, the scoring pace from where I'm looking right now seems to be going down just a little bit. I mean, there's a couple players that have doubles, but in the middle of a double, or just before that double, was a split. So I think we're seeing another transition. But I do have to say, I've seen some really good spare shooting this weekend so far, too. The quality of the spare shooting seems to have gone up, and appreciate that. You know, a lot of bowling centers have the scoring system where you can play a game called My Shot, where you can literally set just 10 pins and just 7 pins and 3 6 9s and 3 6 10s and work on just your spare game. All right. Chris Daughtry this lane, 73. Had a bad lead last time. High flush.
Through pins everywhere.
Nicely done, yeah. Headpin was racing back across the lane. Nobody was home to greet it, but that's okay.
Emmanuel 7-10 again.
Yes, he did. Got it a little wide and it didn't recover, so he made a ball change on the spare shot in an attempt to see what the motion was going to look like.
Big double right there.
Nice shot.
James.
Nice shot, Mr. McGill.
James moves. Split the 8-9.
All right, let's see if Caden can throw the double here. He posted the last one. Let's see if he can get this in again. On his toes, and it came up light. Not happy. Oh. Double bad break.
4-9.
Guerrero, yeah, 4-9.
2 7-10s and a 4-9 this game?
Yeah. He's stuck at the line a little bit. Ball still went kind of high, and then he got the bad break on top of it. And he makes it. He made the 4-9.
That a pepper. That a pepper.
Yeah, nice shot right there. All right, Caden, let's see something. See, wasn't that beautiful?
Split the 8-9.
Posted the shot. Nice roll. He seems to think it's a left lane, right lane issue. There we go. Nice shot.
Got that sweet roll. He's got some sweet roll.
Let's get some butter for that sweet roll. Let's go. All right. Chris Daughtry going for the triple right here. Got a little wide. Does it kind of make it? No. Kind of knew it when he let it go that it might be on the edge. Safe. Nice spare. Oops. All right. Mr. McGill up here on 74. Working a double. This will put him in really good shape to close out the game if he can land this one. Oh. 9-pin. Crept a little high. Good shot. Nice double there. Caden with a K. With the double. Okay, now comes Emmanuel. He's been basically scratching and clawing this game. I mean, pocket 7-10, triple, split, spare.
Yeah, 2 7-10s and a 4-9 so far for our man.
Yeah. That snake bit a little. That's a great shot right there. Oh, my. Trip it. Nope. God. That ball looked good till about the last 6 inches, and then it just kept creeping.
Yeah, he's changing his angle of attack here.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, big break.
Walk away. Take your smile and walk off.
Big break.
Good.
We're taking it. We're taking it.
And a good spare. Nicely done. He's having a tough game just break-wise. You know, you throw a nice 3-bagger, and then you're kind of set, and then the lane changes on you. Falls right out from under.
How do you feel that the last couple games are going to go in general in the building? So breaking down, are we going to get a spot to throw it to and get in, get our feet in? And
It's starting to look like someone's got to make a big move if the scores are going to go up. Because it's really looking like the area that they were playing in game 1, game 2, and even most of this game is starting to become inconsistent. And, looking at the pattern shape, why not be bolder in the middle part of the lane? There's a big move to the left. Nice shot. That was a great shot. He made a wholesale move left. That was another one of those dot plus moves to the left.
Logan's staying out there a little bit. Logan's chilling. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna make this thing work from out. I like the move in.
I think the move
I'm
in.
a supporter of that.
Because I'm looking at the scores, and a lot of guys that had doubles or triples early are now struggling a little bit. And I'm trying to see if anybody's catching fire late. We've got a couple.
Caden.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
3-bagger. Let's go.
Take that.
Let's go.
Love it. Take it the hard way. Uh-oh. Oh.
Did you get the Brooklyn?
He got to Brooklyn.
Oh, boy.
That's a payback for that right lane. That's all right. Every once in a while, bowling gives back. All right. Chris is on pace for setting up for a big game. He can go 230.
Caden trying to take advantage of his Brooklyn for the double.
Absolutely.
Actually, for the triple.
Get there. Get there. Go.
Ooh, he almost did it.
You see how he got it to the spot and then the ball kind of just bailed a little bit?
Because he's still throwing urethane.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he gotta try something.
Now, Chris Daughtry, I think, is also throwing urethane, but he's
further out.
Yeah. He's got it. He's got a lines a little more direct. He's not using up as much lane to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the way he's playing him.
Yeah. He's doing the concept of, urethane ball makes one move. So you want to make sure that when it makes the one move, that the motion isn't like a big rounded arc. You want that urethane ball just to make that one definitive move into the pocket. So that's a nice 220, 233. Nicely done. Mr. Sylvester working hard, dug out a 203. That was a hard-fought 203 right there.
.203.
That was a blue-collar 203.
Blue collar 203.
Oh, yeah.
What James sleeve? I couldn't see from here.
That was the 7-pin. It was a wobbly 7, but he got it wide. He was hoping to get a shaker, but couldn't quite shake it out. Right. Now we're on a triple here. Let's see what we have for Caden. Wham it. Very nice.
That was good. Shot, Caden.
Like you said, those left-handers.
I like it. I like what he's got going on right now.
All right. James strikes in the 10th for 2-0. So we're stacking some scores. Look at the other pairs in the area. I mean, mostly it's 2 O's and 2 teens for the maxes.
All right. 240. Biggest game of the day in this zone.
Yeah.
Belongs to Caden Nail.
Yep. All right. Manuel Guevara strikes. Another light shaker, but he still struck. So
big game, Caden.
nicely
244.
244.
Let's go. Nicely
Nicely
game.
done.
That was great. Good effort. Biggest game of the day, Mike, in our live stream area.
There we go.
Out of all the games that we've watched today, biggest game belongs to Caden Nail. 244.
Yeah, Mr.
Manuel still grinding for 200.
Oh boy. Oh, he thought he missed. He thought he left it in. He got away with that one. There he is. He's in the window. He thought he missed. He thought he missed in. He found the oil.
He thought he missed, but he didn't.
That was the spot right there. That was the spot.
Think he gets 9? Think he gets 9?
Oh, I think he strikes.
Do you think he moves 5 left and throws one here? That's
I
what I'd be doing.
I think he does move a little more left.
Because you got a free try right here after that shot.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's moved over. Look, he's hugging the ball return.
Let's go.
That's a good move.
Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how much angle we can
He
create.
thought he missed, and then all of a sudden, window.
Oh! That's it. That's it. All right, we'll be back for game 4 in a little bit.
Nice.
Well, all right, we're back. This is game 4. Number 4 in the afternoon session. This is the medium oil pattern. I turned on the display immediately, and we saw someone stick and pitch it in the old drink there. Thomas, I'm sorry that we got you right when we went live. Thomas be on lane 73, and Jackson getting up here on the right lane, and he makes his spare to start game 4. Mel Sim getting up on the right lane. Goes by MJ. Queens Village, New York. He bowls at Maple Lanes. 17 years old. He's bowled the SYC a few times. He won back-to-back state titles as a freshman and sophomore. His dogs' names are, he has 2 dogs, Simba and Strike, which is awesome. Wanted to say hi to Lola, Lolo, CJ, Kylie, and everyone. Have a great day. That's MJ, cool dude from New York. So we normally have about 25 or so states represented at each SYC. This one's really no different. Good spare for MJ to start. Seeing the scoring pace be right smack in the middle. You got a couple people hitting them okay. Couple people just kind of grinding. I haven't seen anyone that's got it all put together for round number 2 yet. But there's definitely some folks that that are having a good go of it, maybe not a great go of it. Luke Day is also on this pair. He says, Luke rhymes with Duke. He's from Florida. Bowls at Brandon Crossroads Bowl, 16 years old. Bowls a lot of tournaments. Got a lot of top 5 finishes. And 299, multiple 279s. He's a member of the chamber orchestra and plays the cello. Likes to make funny videos online, including dancing, telling jokes, and funny stories. That's cool. Hi to Gaga, his grandmother, and his brother Jackson. That's Mr. Luke Day. Little something from his bio that he filled out. MJ getting up here, working on a spare to start his game number 4. He's moved in and hooking it. That looked really good. He's certainly a top player. He rolls it really good. Hunter Harper up on the right lane. Coming in a touch light. Mill converts. MJ as he goes by. And Colin Taggart getting up here over on lane number 73. Got the big palm tree working. It's from Levittown, PA. Age 17. Bowled a lot of SYCs. We've seen him around quite a bit. Comes up a little light, just leaving the 2-pin. That'll be okay. That'll be okay. Plays the trumpet. Says hi to Mom, Carrie, and my dog, Teddy. That's a great name. What's up, Teddy? Bowls in high school and anchored his team the past year. Pennsylvania's a big bowling area, man. There's a lot of good bowlers in Pennsylvania. Looks like Carrie's saying, yeah, yay, Colin, with a little heart. That's Mom back home. Carrie, I have a question. I want to know if Teddy is also sending some love. Is Teddy watching? Is Teddy at home? Thomas, a little left, goes Brooklyn, gets him to go. Jackson. There you go, dead flush. Shot Jackson. Watching? I got a report from a gentleman poked his head around that Teddy is at home watching. All right, Mr. Harper. Got to take that one. Run with it. Turn it into something, Hunter. MJ. Oh, that's a lot of ball. That's a lot of ball, MJ. All right, Colin. Teddy's at home watching, along with Mom, Carrie. So let's see what we got from our friends in PA. Big bowl in town. Get some nice roll on the ball. Does Mr. Taggart. That one just a little wide. Pair's been a little funky. I gotta tell you that we've had most of the people come here. The highest game bowled on this pair, and we're in the 9th game of the day, times 6 people, right? So, you know, we've got some games bowled on this pair. 220 was the highest, but we just had a 240 last game on this pair. Not many 200s on 73 and 4 today. So they've been tricky, and this is the part of the tournament where the transitions definitely, you know, can take place and people have to change their strategy. MJ, I like the way he's playing them. He's kind of learned. He's gotten in. He's He's got a little softer with the speed, and he's opening the front of the lanes up pretty well, getting into a spot down lane, and it's peeling back. So I think MJ has potential to pop a game here. Thomas, a little high again. And Luke Day is, we're waiting on Luke. Luke is MIA. Good spare. Luke Day is making his way back to the bowling area. The tall, lanky Luke. He went to go get a different ball, perhaps. Oh, yeah, different ball. That one sailed on a bit, so. Hunter, a little left off his hand. Luke entered in a new ball for that frame, and one missed right and one missed left. So he's going to either have to adjust or find a different tool. MJ, are you bowling good? First couple games? Huh? For this round? All right, plus 30 is MJ's this round. So he's trying to navigate it. It gets a little tricky. I think they were playing him fairly straight to start the rounds, and now they've kind of opened up and kind of curve it a little bit. So I think MJ's in a good spot currently. Luke, that was better, much closer. That'll be good. 9 spare. Move on. Learn something. MJ got to get back. Dead flush. Good shots. All right, so he's got spare double to start. He's got to keep that speed in that nice soft zone. Give it plenty of room. I think MJ's going to have a decent game here. All right, Colin. Teddy is requesting a strike at home. Oh, good. That's high. All right, his last frame was light. This one was high. He's going to have to move. He's going to make a little adjustment. Teddy, if you're sending in coaching advice to Colin, wherever he threw that last shot, if he were to get his feet further left from that spot, that would be pretty good, I think. He could get away from that outside part of the lane a little bit. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, MJ got a little off of his footing and just pitched out the window. And as many boards as he's covering, that's going to be trouble. Thomas, on the other hand, missed the other direction and got away with it. Backup ball for the spare attempt. Almost gets it. And an open frame for MJ. 93 in the fifth. Very well done there, Hunter. Making the washout. Colin has moved in. He got it very far right. Maybe a little too far right, but he struck. So we're going to take that one. We're going to take that. We're going to take that. That's something we can build on. Luke Day in with his first strike of the game. Took a little bit, I guess. And Jackson's cruising along. Bowling about 190 pace, but has a strike working, so he's got a chance to double up here. As does Thomas. Both players on the featured pair have a chance for catching a double right in the middle of the game. And Brooklyn does not get it to go. For Thomas and Jackson, dead flush, 10 back, and that's a double. Doubles have been hard to come by, so that's good. Got a little momentum builder there. Shot MJ could bounce back frame. Hunter Harper following up on that washout last frame. He goes flush for the strike. All right, Colin. Let's see what we got here. I think you need to get your feet a little in. Oh, that's two up the lane. Two up the lane right there. Need to get a little right. Little right. Not a lot right. Can't just throw it to the gutter. But need a little more angle than that. Luke for the double. Sends pins everywhere. Gets it. Hook a little. There you go. Good spare. We're close. Looks like most of the players are close. MJ probably he's got the best look right now. He did stick one shot and threw it out the window, but he's got it figured out. Thomas Owen. Really good shot, Thomas. Oh, Jackson almost had it. Oof. Good spare, Mr. Harper. Well played. MJ staring down a 9-pin over here. Won't be any problems for him. He'll spare that up. I can't even jinx him. Me saying that can't possibly get Mel. See? Boom. Luke looking for a 3-bagger. Oh, well, there's a lot going on there. It was high. Could have been 7. Could have been 6. Wound up being 9. Easy spare. Big break. Colin getting up. That looked pretty good. That was really good. So wait, that's the perfect amount of angle right there, Colin. Keep doing that. That was good, clean off the hand and right on line. Spare for Mr. Day. Jackson trying to rebound. He had a little something going. Had a little double. Let it get away with him. In the last frame, he wound up splitting. Almost made it, but still got a decent game going. Thomas gets him to go here in his 8th frame, and that's for a double, so that's big. Doubles are pretty big right now. There you go, Jackson. He's back on it. What I want to know what happened on the right lane, Jackson. You have thrown, out of the last 4 balls, 3 have been absolutely beautiful. And then 1, we missed the headpin. So, I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, Jackson. Good shot, Hunter. Terrible break. Great ball. Terrible break. 9 spare. Move along. All right. Good shot, MJ. All right, folks. The adventures of our friend Colin here. His angles have been a little open, a little closed. That was pretty good. Get it? Yo, there's a double. There's a double. Now we got a chance to finish this game out. you can kind of see what happens as most players come. They get to a new pair. They got to figure out the new pair. Every pair just plays different. Colin is a good example. You know, he started this game a little slow. He's struggling through the first part of the game, and now his last four: strike, spare, strike, strike. And so once the players kind of figure it out, then now it's just about making a good shot. And if they make a good shot, the result's going to be there. If they don't, then it could be anything. Especially when like on this pair, you got some kids playing some big angles. So you know, big angles can mean a lot of things. Strikes like Mr. Jackson just threw perfectly right there. He's got 4 of his last 5 shots have been absolutely brilliant, and one just got away from him, and he paid the price with the open. Luke had it figured out after a really rough start. Then Luke has started to figure it out, even though he just opened. But, you know, but they kind of figure out what to do, and now it's just a matter of repeating shots, which easier said than done, because you got to remember these are all teenagers, and they're all growing, and they're 6 inches taller than the last time they bowled a tournament in some of the cases. So, you know, they got a lot of change going on, and their games change, their swings change, and it gets complicated. But Mel can't get the 4 to go, so he's got to try to spare and double for 200. First things first, we need the spare. Ball change again for Mr. Luke, a new color in. And he looks confused, but he missed the head pin off the ball change. I like that they keep searching. So I'm kind of a fan of the whole, like, nothing's really working, let's try something different. Good spare for Mel. And good spare for Luke Day. All right, Colin, let's see. Colin wastes no time, by the way. He's a fast bowler. Like, he is very fast. Great shot. 3-bagger, baby. Let's go. He's figured it out now. He knows what's going on. Still go off the sheet for 200. There have not been many 200s on our featured live stream pair, as I mentioned a few times. So anything 190 and above has been a really good score on this pair. They've just been hard. Jackson goes flush again, making it 5 of his last 6 have been really good. So he's got them figured out. He's going to be, for the most part, he's going to be in the 200s, which will be great. He could get to 214. Bad count, he could be in the 190s, but he's going to be right around 200. Thomas crosses over for a little 3-bagger. Brooklyn. There's a 7 count on the 3-bagger, so now he's going to be right at 201 with the spare. High 190s if he misses some of them. So solid 9 for Mr. Thomas. 201 for my guy Jackson, who is like a box of chocolates this last part of the game. They were dead flush or someone out the window. But 201 is the end result, which is good. So we're happy. We should be happy anyway with 200. And he played it well. So he made a nice little game out of there. 220 for Mr. Owen. It's one of the bigger scores on the pair. That's probably the second or third highest score we've had on this pair today. I think it's the second highest. So. MJ gets him to go, of course. Rev rate of 470. Throw spins around. All right, who we got to finish out game number 4 left? We got MJ looking for a double to get to 203. We've got Luke Day, who's trying to salvage. He had a really rough start. Now he's finishing strong. So hopefully we can get him to finish here. That was a good shot, and that was a terrible break. Awful break from the 10th frame. Most likely going to be an open. There you go. All right, we're going to be in the 200s for MJ. Nelsim. Just one bowler left after Mel's fill ball. And he gets 8. 201. So he's good place for it, by the way. You want it in the fill ball. You don't want to throw the first ball on the 10th like our friend Luke had the unfortunate situation there. All right, Colin. Little straight up the lane, gets away with it, goes Brooklyn. We're going to take that. Teddy approves. One more to be in the 200s and a big save on that game. So great finish, though. Great finish to this game. And he's already bowling. He just takes no time. That's straight up the lane as well. 4-pin, doesn't get to go. And he'll be 194-ish, I think. 194-ish. Ralph Solon has made an appearance. Did he bring coffee or water? It looks like water. Just some water. He's just got water. You guys want to talk to Ralph Solon for a while? Ralph, you want to put a headset on? Everyone loves Ralph. Let's unmute and see what Ralph's been up to. Let's see what Ralphie boy's been up to. Ralph, you've been out wandering around. You know a lot of these youth bowlers, right? Florida's big bowling.
Quite a few.
Bowling
very
in Florida.
huge. There's a lot of guys just came off this pair from South Florida that
this pair right here that we just watched.
We just watched.
Yeah,
Tommy and there's a Christian over here, great bowler from Tampa.
Yeah.
On the Evolution program.
Yeah.
Great kid. Love watching him bowl. So now Florida's really, in the southeast, it's huge.
Why is bowling so popular here? Is it because the summer heat Why is that?
I think it can be the summer heat. They also have really good high school programs.
Okay.
And just a lot of tournaments, so they get bowling competitive at an early age, and
Okay.
I think that helps. Also the colleges down here. There's a lot of good college programs for bowling, so I think it's just a combination of a lot of population and the competitiveness in some of the bigger cities. Bowling is just really popular, and yeah, they have a good group down here. But people from all over the country here as well. So come into the Florida scene, getting
yeah, why? Everyone's in Florida this week.
yeah. It's spring break. I mean, this is the crazy time of the year to be in Florida.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get out of the colder northern weather, so this is the place. Amusement parks and some good bowling.
People coming in having fun, I guess, huh?
They do have a fun time. And Orlando's got so much to do, so I guess it's good for the parents too to unwind a little bit after all the stress of watching your child bowl, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, it's been an interesting day.
Yeah.
Our live stream pair has yielded 1-2-40. The next game, Thomas Owen just had the second high, 226. That's our second high for the day. On this pair.
Wow.
We saw Mason Griffin just make the washout as he got to this pair.
Wow.
And now we see Jack go light. So maybe coming from whatever pair they're coming to this pair, maybe he's a little tighter, maybe.
It's different, yeah.
It's not the same. We know that. We have watched kids come and start out their game a little slow, and then they figure it out. And now it's just a matter of making some good shots at the end of the game. Hopefully they catch a few strikes, huh?
Gotcha. Well, you've been watching this pair all day, yeah.
Yeah.
It does seem like pair to pair, and it's a little tougher scoring pace today. So there's some big games, but then followed up by some lower games. And
yes,
Christian over there just struck in the 10th. He's got 2:13 left. He had a good showing the first on the short pattern. I think he finished third in his division, throwing urethane, so he had a good look.
Weston Griffin right here on the right lane.
Yep.
Many of you might have seen him bowling at the LBC Championships on TV.
Oh.
Just recently, or the last time they had that. He was the representative from his. I believe he got all the way up and lost to Andrew Anderson. I think he was second in that.
Okay.
But he's bowled our SYC.
Where was that at?
In Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, he won his division.
Okay.
And got to go and then play in the finals, and then got on TV, right? And made a run at it. Like,
nice.
I think Andrew had to do something in the 10th frame. I got to ask Weston.
Yeah.
He's been bowling since our first year. We went to Smyrna, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
And that's where he's from, that area. Not exactly Smyrna, but that area.
Gotcha.
And
well, he's got a great game.
He's a good bowler.
Definitely see that in his arm swing, and made a really good shot there on lane 74.
Let's see who else we got. We got Braden Luttrell on this lane, Lincoln Moyer, and Ryan Sapp. And so that was Braden Luttrell that just bowled there on the right lane.
That's a tough spare. The 2-8 could be tricky today.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot it, Ralph.
No.
I don't want to shoot it on a house shot bowling league, let alone on a pair that I haven't thrown a ball on yet today.
Yeah. Mason, nice shot, Mason.
Yeah, he's grinding right now, Mason.
Hey, clean for two, strike up.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I'm liking his chances. Like you said, this pair is a little tricky to figure out, so.
So you had a matchmaker somewhere around this area, general area. Where was that at?
That was up in Deltona, which is about 40 minutes north of here.
Okay.
North of Orlando, with Kenny Lawson, great pro shop operator. We had a good turnout last night. We had 2 squads. Ended up with 26 total bowlers on a Friday night. And everybody was really liking the concept. The Bionic was a real popular one. Of course, the new Ion Max Pearl made its, you know,
Made
released
its appearance.
street
People
date
like it.
yesterday. We've had it in the matchmakers for a couple weeks, but yeah, people were liking that. Took some orders, so it was a good day.
Sweet.
Or good evening, I should say. Yeah, we started at about 5 o'clock and didn't get done until about 8. So
If you're watching and you don't know the voice there, that's Ralph Solon. He's been a long time Storm regional manager. He's taken care of multiple areas around the country for us, but he's this is your part of the country, and it's been that way for quite a while
yes,
now. So you've gotten to know all the bowlers and all the pro shops. You go out and help them on a regular basis, and you yourself, quite the accomplished bowler. Team USA
yes,
guy?
Team USA
Team
from
USA?
1991.
Yeah,
And,
1991.
So that's been a few years ago. It's been a minute, but did quite a bit of bowling. So when I see these type of events, it definitely takes me back to
Yeah,
when I was doing it every day in and day out. And I know
I love it.
the practice it requires, and these kids are out here working hard, Monday through Friday, and parents are taking them to practice sessions and bowling on pattern. So
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that they, it's the stuff, I don't have the time for anymore, but I love seeing them do it, and it shows, they get out here and show off their talents and all their hard work. So, and sometimes you don't always get the best result, but hey, you have a good time, and there's always next tournament. So Gary, yeah, you're right. I cover the Southeast for Storm SPI, and I've been down here about 18 years. So, covering Florida, South Carolina, Mississippi, Georgia, and Alabama, where I live. So yeah, but I'm a regular down in Florida. This is where most of the action is. So what a shot!
Just
What a spinning helicopter karate kick there. That was awesome on what was that, on the 3-6?
Just weave,
Nice.
people. Let's go.
Sometimes you got to have a little extra on it. Well, I heard the fingers pop there on
Yeah,
73. Pretty strong release.
we're Lincoln. Yeah.
Yep.
Little 4-pin. Couldn't get her to go. Couldn't get her to go.
Gary, that's something that when we do these matchmakers, we're seeing obviously a lot more two-handed deliveries, and you can hear the snap is totally different. And they'll even go to the ones that really hit through the ball and grab it hard. They'll even sometimes they'll snap a
Pop out a grip.
turbo. Yep, the switch grip finger will pop out and actually, because there's just so much more force applied to the ball, and you can hear it. I can be working a matchmaker, and
you hear it happen.
I hear this snap, and sure enough, there goes the grip flying halfway down the lane, and it's pretty rare, but we have to make a few adjustments and usually put them in a little looser finger hole so they don't quite grip it and rip it. But that term "grip it and rip it" is definitely it's part of some of these people's game plan.
Ralph, I don't know the actual number of this. I probably should know. As far as bowling YouTube videos go, instructional videos, yours, I believe, is one of the top all time in YouTube history. And I think it's a 4-step approach or something. Do you remember what it was?
It was with the Monkey See. Yeah, Randy Peterson at KEGEL. We filmed that.
Early days of YouTube.
Yeah.
Early days.
Yes. Yeah. It was probably like 2009 or somewhere in there. 2000.
And what was it on, the tip?
And I think it was I remembered it was just 4-step approach, kind of like the basics.
Yeah.
The stance, the push out, the swing.
I remember there being like an angle drawn or something on the screen or something.
Randy Peterson was in charge of that, and
wow.
I was just basically there to be the bowling model.
Yeah.
That was my quick modeling career for bowling, and
it's got so many millions of views. Still.
Yeah.
And on Storm's YouTube, so I'm talking internet YouTube, like bowling. This is one of the most viewed bowling videos of all time. On Storms, it is the number one.
Wow.
Because we put it on Storm.
Okay.
It's the highest viewed.
I
So
can't believe
Belmo
that. Yeah.
or whoever. It's not
I
any
can't-
of those.
yeah.
It's Ralph Solon.
Wow. And I don't even,
That's pretty cool.
you would think I'd walk around and get autographs all
I
the
know.
time, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't happen. But
Yeah.
they probably think, well, who is that guy?
Oh, good spare.
Yeah, that was a great spare.
You got to grind it out like that. And he was on the strike, so he didn't even lose count. 6 spares, like a solid 8 spare. Moving on.
Yeah.
For Jack.
Very clutch. Very clutch. Well, that's the name of the game out here. If you can pick your spares, that helps a bunch. There we go. Weston, he's got quite a game. He's dialing it in.
Down in. He's running. His youth career's coming to an end.
Uh-oh.
He's got a little bit more to go, and I want to ask him if he can play junior gold this year or not. I can't remember if he can. Let me ask Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can play junior gold this year, and then it's kind of off to the other ranks.
Step up,
Step up,
graduate,
yeah.
and time to go adult.
Yep.
Yeah. Or
Well, college, I'm sure he'll probably
yeah.
have a pick of schools that he wants to go to.
Yeah.
Like so many of these athletes, they've banked enough
Yep.
scholarship money nowadays that they, thanks to the USBC Smart Fund, it's different. Man, we used to bowl
Right.
for trophies, and they're getting their college paid for. So pretty cool if you have a youth bowler that loves bowling and they want to play sports in college. This could be a good path. Bowling's a good path, and non-concussive sport too.
Absolutely.
Not going to get in many head injuries playing bowling.
I think you can start earning scholarships at the age of 5. I mean, you can really start young in this sport. So.
Yeah. Great shot.
And Gary, what game is this? Is number 5
This
or
is
4?
game 100. 100.
100.
Or 5th of the round, 10th overall. 10th.
This is game 10.
This is game 10 of their day, yes.
Okay.
And they've been tested. It's just short this morning. Now this medium and the transition that kind of occurs with that.
Yeah. Well, we forget 10 games of competition. It's like 20 or 30 practice games.
I think so.
Everything,
Mentally, right?
Mentally. It's the drain, the grind, the washouts, the challenging spares, the pair-to-pair, dealing with lane patterns. It is, and everybody just wants to do so well. I've talked to a few parents earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just want their kid to have fun, but and they tell their kids that, but the kids want to compete. They just they're going to be disappointed if they're not bowling up to what they feel their potential is. Oh, that was a great attempt there by Ryan. Head pin wrapped around the 10.
See that so much with the two-handers. They throw the backup ball at certain things, and it's great. I love it. If you were a kid, would you be a two-hander?
Probably.
I would be a two-hander for sure.
Yeah.
I would be. I'm not saying I'd be good at it. But that would be the style I would do.
Yeah, and that's definitely the majority here. You see a lot of two-handers. Probably anywhere more than other than a junior gold where they have just more bodies. I would say it's just fun to see a lot of two-handers in the field.
And we get to see it on the ladies' side as well now. We get to see some of the ladies. Mm-hmm. They have that style, and they get better and better at it.
Yep.
So it's fun to watch.
Well, everybody's pressing hard. The 5th game of this block, everybody's trying to get it dialed in, maybe move up a few notches on the old position leaderboard. Uh-oh. Got to keep those spares moving.
What do you think the biggest change has been in your time as a competitive player and now really a business advisor to pro shops and a coach to bowlers. You've kind of seen this all over your lifespan. And we've got some, it's fun to come to these and you see people like John Gaines, who's in the Hall of Fame, one of our old friends that you and
Right.
I have known forever.
Yep.
And Kendra is here and she's in the Hall of Fame. And we're all like watching these kids bowl and we remember what it was like for us to bowl in those times. And a lot's changed, but at the end of the day, I don't know how much has really changed. Bowling's still this cool community sport where people come together and you see these guys have lifelong friendships that they're forming and they are competing and they're wanting to do their absolute best. But man, they have so many friends and they're probably talking about where they're going to go have dinner tonight or if they're going to go to a Universal Park or whatever.
Right. No, I think you're right. The environment, the balls hook more, and patterns play a bigger part than maybe what they did 35, years ago when I was bowling youth stuff. But you're right. The people part is this. It's the relationships, the friends. They meet people from all over the country, and can chat more now because obviously with the internet, they don't have to write somebody a postcard. That was close. But you're right. The competitive part, it's great to see them. They got their name on their back, and they're taking some pride in this. And it can be frustrating if the chips are down and the scores are a little low. But, but at the end of the day, they go out and, like you said, after this, it's where we going to eat, and let's go hang out at the hotel and goof off and just be a kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they have a lot of fun.
Yep.
I don't think that social part's changed almost at all. I can actually remember being this age, bowling in all of our tournaments that we had in California, and man, it was so fun. Like I was in Northern California, and then a lot of our friends were in Southern California, and 4 times a year, the tournaments were big enough that we'd travel their way or they would travel our way,
Right.
and we would all get together, and we're still friends.
Yeah.
Like 30, 40 years later.
Lifelong relationships and contacts that in other businesses in life, down the road. But matter of fact, you say that. That's funny you say that. A gentleman mentioned Eddie Bird's name from St. Louis in the matchmaker last night, and I said, kind of looked familiar. And he says, well, I go, how do you know Eddie Bird? Because this is just, his here in Florida. Well, I used to live in St. Louis. I said, oh, well, I'm from St. Louis. And we exchanged names. He's like, oh, my goodness, I didn't realize that was you. And,
okay.
And we weren't buddies from back in the day, but we had bowled some junior archways together or competed, whatever. And it was just small world stuff, and he was like, wow.
And he lives here now and was attending the matchmaker.
He was attending the matchmaker.
You were putting on.
Yep. And had to, we got a picture and he sent it to Eddie Bird. And he said, look who I, he
ran into.
Yeah. He ended up buying he liked the Bionic, and he's a lefty. And he said, yeah, the Bionic's for me. He was bowling a tournament today. So it was really small world stuff. It was like, you got to be kidding. He told me he took 26 years off of bowling.
Raised
back,
the family.
Raised the family. We hear that a lot.
Oh, tons.
And then he still had it, though. He still threw the ball really well. And, he said he already, I think, bowled a 740 in his league the other day. So he's been back a few months now. But, I'm like, yeah, it's like riding a bike for, he was like, so.
Can you imagine, though, taking 30 years off? So you go back 30 years and how the lanes played and the equipment we use. And you come back and you go to one of these Storm Matchmaker events where you get to test all these new state-of-the-art bowling balls.
Right.
And your head's going, what?
Yeah.
Like, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
The balls perform so well now.
Right.
And they're all made with this purpose. It's insane. Like, we have this tournament collection now, our 2026 tournament collection. And I look at those 6 balls and I'm thinking what Hank and Steve Klumpkin and Chad and all those guys have developed. And I'm thinking that you could go bowl any tournament with these 6 balls.
That's right.
Like, I mean, you give a player these 6 balls, maybe they need a spare ball, but you give them these balls, they can go bowl nationals, state tournament. You're gonna cover the gamut with that.
Yep. And that's
So-
what they're seeing at the matchmaker. The feedback is they just love them. You know, they all do their thing.
Yeah,
They may not be able to get all 6, but
yeah.
there's a couple of favorites they picked out, and it's on their list with the pro shop to get. So state tournament coming up here in Florida has one of the biggest state tournaments probably in the nation. I think
country,
they
yeah.
run about 8 weekends, and that's starting up here in May. So it's good timing.
And the weather is it very hot in May? Like hot and humid?
Yes,
It is.
it starts to
It's not for me, Ralph.
yeah.
How do you guys golf in it? How do you golf in that
It's
early morning?
either
that the
that
trick?
or you have to change your golf glove about every 2 holes just because your
Hands just
the
it's all
hand's
wet.
sweaty and
Yeah.
You get used to it, or you don't play as much, or you, like you said, go really early.
I want to do like you say you live in Alabama, right?
Right.
And that's where the famous Robert Trent Golf Trail or
Yes.
something like that is
Yes.
through
the
that
whole
way?
state. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good, right?
It's very good. Yeah. It's nice.
And again, it's hot and humid.
It is hot. Yep. Yep. And so sometimes in the summer, those courses aren't very busy, especially the ones that are further out from the big cities.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's like, and they're nice. I think the state donated the land years ago and invited Robert Trent Jones out to build these courses and
Oh.
design them. And it's called, the Trail. And there's 11 of them. I've played
That's a
maybe
big golf
10
trip.
of them, maybe 8 or 10 of them. Or
You've almost played them all?
almost.
Oh,
That's my
yeah.
goal, is to try to
Yeah.
play them all. And a lot of them have 2 courses. I
Oh.
may have played one of the 2, so I didn't play them both. But I was
Yeah.
at the facility. They're gorgeous. Yeah, they're gorgeous. And the
Is it
price
expensive to play?
no, not too bad. I think you buy a trail card, which is $50, and you're kind of a member at 50. They have some bigger packages you can buy, but if you're just a sign-on member for $50,
Yeah.
Your greens fees are maybe $55. I mean, and these
in the
are
middle of summer.
and these are pretty
Nice course.
pretty
They're
nice courses.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the term, but very
Yeah, they're upper echelon
they're
type
nice.
play.
Yeah, very well kept, beautiful scenery, and the greens are amazing. And so I would say that's pretty reasonable. It's kind of a so it's nice. They do something to try to keep golf a little affordable for the residents, and I believe if you live within 100 miles of, even my buddies that live in Georgia can go play that. As long as they live within 100 miles of one of the courses, they let you join. If not, anybody can play. You just pay a slightly higher
premium.
fee. You pay a little, you don't get the member price. So, all right, Weston up on the left lane. Through.
Oh,
Ooh.
wrap 10 with a messenger in the front of it? Is that what that was?
Yes. We've been seeing that a lot on TV lately.
What is that?
10 pin just.
What is that? Man.
There you go.
Spared it up. Yeah, so Weston, I think that I met him, like
Okay.
I said, and it had to be 9 years ago because I think this is our 10th year. So imagine like he was just a little guy, well, in like maybe the U12 division
Wow.
or something like that. And now he's, I think he's working in a pro shop a little bit, and he's a student of the game and really good bowler, and that's kind of cool to see. I don't see him that much, but
the progression.
yeah, see his mom. I gotta give her a hug. I hadn't seen her for Well, because I don't go to all the SYCs anymore. I used to go to all of them, so I knew all the kids. Now I don't
Right.
go to them, and you know,
Yeah, you
you
start
don't see him.
you start as a boy and you leave here as a man. You know, you
He's
just
got a mustache. And he's
yeah,
taller than I am.
he's ready to take on the world. And like you
Yeah.
said, yeah, that is the beautiful part of youth sports in general, especially bowling. Is yeah, you develop the whole time, and the competition I think sharpens your uh, just maybe your outlook on life in general. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
a
for
lot of
sure.
kids don't have this that really manage their emotions and really come out on public display and show
Yeah.
what you got. It's not easy stepping up here on a demanding condition against all your peers and
You said it
you know
earlier. You said their names on your shirt. And I was thinking when you said that, I was like, I kind of forget that. Like,
yeah
they're literally, like, I don't know, like, that doesn't have, I mean, my son's football games, like, they don't really put the names on, they're a number, but they're in a helmet and they're playing with a team. This is you with your name on your
yeah
back right out there. I mean, geez. And then you go and you put up these big scoreboards with your name on it. And if things aren't going well, you look up and you got 80 in the seventh and your name's on it. It's
yep
just crazy.
right. There's no hiding here.
No hiding. Yeah.
If you go down in flames, it's on the
Yeah,
scoreboard.
that's
It's
a
on your
lot.
back. You're representing your family.
That's a lot of
You're
pressure, Ralph.
yeah.
I don't like it so much. Terrible.
Don't invite me to do the pep talk to the kids
Oh, man.
tomorrow morning. Don't before they go.
Don't think about that. But Jack's got a nice little game going. So he opened in frame one. He's our middle bowler on 74, and he has not opened since. He hasn't thrown a double, but he's got a chance for 203. Now, this would be Dell and Carolyn Bauer's favorite game because they're like, make your spares. This
Yep.
is what can happen because he can catch a double and still get plus for the game.
Yep.
And he hadn't been locked in this game. He's just been grinding.
He's
Jack.
grinding.
Yeah.
Yep.
So well played for Jack, grinding through this tough game here.
Yep. And that is something to remember when you're bowling. Sometimes even the better bowlers, I know I forgot this back in the day, but you don't have to start the game out so well, but you do have to. It helps to finish and close it well. And sometimes we forget that. If we get a little lost in the first 5 frames, we think, oh boy, this is going to be rough. But really, it's the strategy is to figure it out, and kind of like you said, what Jack's doing there is he's got an opportunity for a double now. He's been grinding, picking a lot of spares, and of course, you've got by the 9th and 10th frame, you have the most shots. So you by now, the better bowlers is
you might have it figured out or have a clue a little bit.
Right. And we forget that sometimes frame 2 that, hey, you're going to use all this information in game frames 1, 2, and through 6 because it's a building. It's kind of like a race. You're going to sprint a little faster at the end if you figured it out. And like you said, catch that double that might really bail out a nice 200 game.
Crystal Elliott was in the booth last game, maybe the game before, and she had said, I was talking to her about the mental side. She said she's a score watcher. Look at that, Jack did it. He got his first one.
Nice.
Well played, sir.
Well played.
So she said, I admit I'm very aware of all the scores. And I always think, no matter how the game starts, I always think I can go sheet at any pair at any time because I know I make good shots and I know I'm going to figure it out at some point. And I thought that's a very confident, cool way to look at it. Like she knows, she's seen it enough that even if it goes south at the beginning, she believes in herself and her ability to figure it out. And then she knows she makes good enough shots that if she gets the carry, she's going to strike out. I thought that was a very cool way to look at it.
Optimism and believing in yourself and
Sports 101, but it's so hard when you're out there bowling.
And that is why she's our pro that's here representing
Rookie of the Year and our 2025 reigning champion, I guess, for a team trial. So you don't win that tournament by not being tough mentally. Man, did
That's
you
a
ever
tough
bowl
one.
that one? That one that they have now, where you try to make it on Team USA through that big event
No.
that they have in Vegas. It's like 5 days on
Right.
possible patterns or whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't bowl
No.
those?
Back in the day when I was on Team USA, it was state. You won your state, then you went to a
Oh,
regional
yeah.
and then a national,
Eh,
and
eh,
there was no pros. It was all
all AMs.
amateurs.
And you had to get, and you
And
had
the
to win the
national-
national one to get there?
Top
Or
or
top-
top 8 was technically they had 6 on the team, 2 alternates, and so
Yeah.
you wanted to be in the top 8. That was a good one.
So you made it all the way through the qualifying locally, and
Yes.
then the regional, national, all the way to Team USA.
Yep.
That's
yep,
cool.
I did it. Yep. And it did take me I was from Missouri, St. Louis then, and it did take me it was the 4th year. I tried 4 years in a row, and I won the Missouri part 4 years in a row. But then the regional wasn't so easy. Go to
Yeah.
North Dakota and have to bowl, and have to maybe be top 2 out of the region to go to
Yeah.
nationals. So the first time I went to nationals, it was in Chicago at 2 different centers, and I had a great week. But yeah, it's definitely a journey back then. If you didn't make your state, it was like, well,
Yeah.
try it next year,
Next
pal.
year.
Give it a run next year. Sorry.
I remember they finished up, so we'll go. But Dave Sims, our old longtime president at Storm, also made Team USA, I believe, and he did it the same way.
Yep.
He had to go through like whatever the qualifying was in Utah,
Yep.
and then he got to the sectionals, and then he went on, and
Yeah.
he was a member of Team USA, I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I think that's just amazing.
I can't remember what year,
So-
but yeah, he had.
All right, folks. Well, listen, everyone's wrapped up. Jack, you win the prize for the grinder of the day here with your 191, one open in the first frame.
Eye on the pair.
Grinded it all the way through. Got the double in the 10th for -9, which is good because this pair is not yielding any scores, as you can see. So, way to go, Jack. And for the rest of you guys and gals, we'll see you tomorrow morning for round 3, the long oil pattern, which is, I'll tell you, I'll give you a sneak peek on this one. It's KEGEL has designed it 47 feet,
Wow.
2.7 to 1. I mean, they played on 2.7 to 1, 2.7 to 1, and 2.6 to 1.
Wow.
They're not easy.
They're pretty flat.
They're pretty flat.
That's challenging.
All right,
Well-
folks, we'll see ya.
Thank you.